content creator, independent artist, multiple streams of income from concerts, students, publishers knocking on his door for content, patrons just throwing gobs of money at him to write music, and of course, still influencing nearly every piece of music that has been written since.
Ludwig Van Beethoven, the original influencer. Who knew? Hi and welcome to Classical YouTube. My name is Clay. So what can Beethoven teach us about being on YouTube and beating the algorithm? Well, everything. Beethoven really is the original influencer, the way we think of influencers today. Is he actually the first one? Probably not. There were probably some before him, but he is the first truly special one that set the example for the rest of us, and he is probably the reason you are watching this video right now, which brings me to the first big takeaway, his independence. He broke the mold of single patronage and court composing for royalty by independently contracting with different publishers and many individual wealthy patrons. And he was great at it. He died rich, really rich. Unheard of in music at the time. He proved that a creator, a content creator, could be an independent artist and thrive. You are here trying to achieve the same thing because you know it's possible. Thank you, Ludwig van Beethoven, for showing us it's possible. I also bring this up first because this is perhaps the most important factor to figuring out the YouTube algorithm. Time. You need time to work out how it works. You need time to figure out what's going to work for you and your audience, what they like and dislike. Longevity, then, is a cornerstone to success, and so surviving and thriving during that time is really important. Number 2, treasure the small stuff, and it will bring you treasure. If you read Beethoven's letters, you'll find that there wasn't much that was trivial to him. He complains about his housekeeper, he complains about food, he complains about a lot of things, and he also writes a lot of letters to publishers and people that were willing to pay him for his music. Some of the pieces you've never heard of. You probably will never hear them. Most of them you have, many of them you have, many of them you haven't. Some of them don't even have an opus number, meaning they're not in the official catalog of Beethoven. Beethoven didn't care. He wasn't thinking, oh, I wonder if that will show up in search. Oh, I wonder if that will show up here. I wonder if it will do this. Not that he's not worrying about the YouTube algorithm because YouTube doesn't exist, but he just doesn't think that way. He was thinking, I'm a composer, this person's willing to pay me, and not only pay him, but some of these letters he's proactively writing to people that just mentioned in passing that they might want to buy his music. And he writes them a letter and says, I have this piece of music for sale, why don't you pay me this much money? Because he had, at some point had reached that in his career. Hopefully we all do that. He's not selling his soul. He's not doing anything outside of his craft or his art form. He's just not worrying about how small something might be. Just write it and sell it. I think there's a lesson in there for all of us. I think you get the point. Number 3, master of craft. Prelude to number 3, cue the dramatic music. Disclaimer and transparency time. I have to tell you, I am not a YouTube expert. What? Shocker, I know. I am just a musician like all of you, a cellist, who wants to create this space for all of us to have the conversation and share the unique variables, the unique problems, and their unique solutions that come up in our niche. My channel at the time of this recording is quite small actually, so I would never claim to be an expert or master of YouTube. I have never grown a big channel, but I have experienced some ups and downs and learned a couple of things, at least enough to know that we all need this community, that we need this place to share and vent and come together about our industry on YouTube. Hopefully you're still watching, and thank you if you are for committing to helping create this place, this community for us. And thank you in advance for forgiving me for being a complete hypocrite on takeaway number 3, which is master your craft. Beethoven studied for years to become a composer, and before that, like every one of his contemporaries, was a professional pianist and a great improviser. So what are you master of? What are you good at? I can tell you that I have spent a lot of time dreaming of being on YouTube here with stuff that I have never been paid for, and then looking at the cello channel, something I get paid for every day, and going, maybe I should do something else. Ridiculous, right? Well, it's only ridiculous looking from the outside in. And so I bring this point up really so you know you are not alone. It's really hard to settle on the thing that we are actually good at when it comes to YouTube. I have no idea why that is. Maybe there is a psychologist out there in the audience that can help us with that, but I do know it's hard. It's really hard. But believe me, the shortest path to independence, the kind that Beethoven is telling us about, is probably down the road of the thing you're good at, the thing you have mastered. Now, all you classical music people out there and performers, I know that mastered is not a word we use. Yes, I am one of you, and I will save you the trouble of your comments. You don't ever really finish mastering. You keep on learning. Yes. I am trying to use some strong language to help illustrate my point. Thank you. Okay, enough disclaimers. Come on, guys, we need this community on YouTube because YouTube is awesome because you can come on here and reinvent yourself or invent yourself the first time. I really am just trying to draw a parallel and create this space, I promise. And again, I am not promising to be a YouTube expert. So what are you good at? What is the thing that you do that will get people to actually turn over their hard-earned dollars to you? That is probably what your YouTube channel should be about. Number 4, the total package. What is it really that Beethoven teaches us about beating the YouTube algorithm? He's a master. He's a master businessman and a master creative all in one. It's okay to be both. I think we really, without meaning to, get stuck in this awful rut of defining ourselves and saying, I am a creative, or I'm a penny pincher, or I'm a numbers person, or I just want to make videos. Stop. Just stop. I get it. We can't all be Beethoven, obviously. I know that, but I think we can learn from him and be okay with these different aspects of our life and work. We don't have to live in some weird shadow of something that we think ought to be and worried that some task like bills or money or picking the right colors is somehow going to destroy this other part of us. We have invented some of these contrasts and dichotomies, and we keep them alive every time we forget the lesson Beethoven taught us. That we can be influencers, and we can be creatives, and we can be great business leaders, and we can be great with money, and we can move in and out freely between these different parts of ourselves. It's your choice, what you focus on and what you decide about yourself. Beethoven, the original influencer, the total package. And so I think that's his lesson for beating the algorithm. Do the thing you're great at, keep doing it, keep putting out stuff that people want, and hey, maybe like him, you'll be the greatest thing that YouTube's ever seen.
How would you like access to the tools professional YouTubers use every day to make their channels a success? If so, then head over to vidIQ, where their suite of tools, some of them free, will give you greater insight into your channel, your audience, and your niche as a whole on the platform. See the link in the description to get started today. Maybe you are ready to take your content creation to the next level, or maybe you are just getting started and not sure exactly where to start. Wherever you are on your YouTube journey, the Video Ranking Academy from the team at Think Media can help. VRA is their signature course. It's the #1 YouTube strategy and coaching bundle that brings you into their community and takes you from complete novice to expert YouTube influencer. Check out the links in the description and find out what Sean and the rest of his team can do for you.
See you next time.